Hi there, it's Mark here again, and in this video I'm going to be testing and reviewing this brand new 80 kph, that's 50 mph plus, 1/14 scale ready to run monster truck from JIUSI Race or JSI Racing. And yes, you heard right, that's 50 mph plus, and if that's true, this is going to be the fastest car I've ever had on my channel. And after just a quick look, I've got to tell you that this has got to be one of the highest specified and best quality RC bashers that I've ever seen. Now, I know JSI might not be one of the best known brands in RC, but fear not, because this truck features exactly the same chassis components as the latest Rlaarlo 1/14 scale ROG or ROG1 and the ZD Racing MT16. Now, I know, don't get confused, the 16, the ZD say their car is a 16th scale, but believe me, they are exactly the same as this one and the Rlaarlo. In fact, I'm pretty sure that all the parts for those three cars come from exactly the same factory, which is good because it means that spares availability is going to be excellent. So just a quick look at what you get in the box. Obviously you get your four-wheel drive truck with a alloy chassis and a pretty decent thick body shell with some components on there. We'll take a look at that shortly. I've got a 3S 2200 mAh 35C battery, which is great, but I think that one of them was removed from the packaging that I had, so I think most of these will come with two of these batteries. And something you don't see very often, this also comes with a mains wall charger. This is a 20 watt 3S 2S compatible balance charger, which is excellent. Get a few stickers, you can see I've already put them on the truck, a few spare screws, you've got some Allen wrenches and body pins, and in there is a high-speed pinion. We'll have a look at that in a bit. Your box wrench, a wheelie bar which doesn't come attached, but I have fitted that. And this is really nice, it's what looks like a rebranded Dumbo RC transmitter. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Again, as I say, we'll have a look in detail in a minute. And then there's your instruction manual. Okay then, so one of the best selling ready to run 1/14 bashers is the MJX Hypergo H14BM. As you can see, I've got one here. I've had it for a while. It is a really good truck, but a quick look at it, you can see that the suspension is pretty non-adjustable. So it's all fixed. It works well, but you can't really adjust the settings to suit the track conditions or the terrain that you're running on. Well, have a look at this new one. But as you can see, this new PT14R has got very, very special suspension design and setup. There are a lot of cool features and setup options, so let's get this on the bench and see what makes this truck so special. Okay, so the first cool thing I noticed on this truck is that it's hex hardware all the way through, so every single screw or bolt is a hex head, which is great to see. So let's just have a look at the body. And yeah, I do like the style of this. It's pretty cool. It's kind of a pickup truck, looks like a bit of a rally raid or desert truck, and as you can see, it's made of polycarbonate, which is really thick. I think it's 1.2 millimeters. It's nice and sturdy, and it's got quite a few plastic parts mounted to it. So you've got the grille, you've got this really tough roof rack, and it's got one of the brightest LED light bars that I've ever seen on an RC truck on it. You'll see that later. We've got the roll bar, and then you've got these accessories in the back. So there's like a tool kit, you've got jerry cans, a fire extinguisher. It's all pretty well detailed, and incredibly, all those plastic parts are mounted by hex screws as well. As I said, here's the chassis itself. It looks really well built. It feels really good quality. Number one is four-wheel drive, obviously, and we've got some gorgeous oil-filled shocks, and these are full aluminium construction all through for all four shocks, which is great. And as you can see, they are connected to some really strong-looking shock towers, which are made of, I think it's 3mm thick aluminium, or alloy I should say, aircraft grade aluminium it says in the manual. And another good point about these are there are three adjustment holes on the top for the shock, so you can adjust the mounting at the top, and also there are three holes in the wishbones at the bottom, and it's exactly the same at both ends. As you can see, there's a knurled adjuster on the shocks themselves to adjust the preload, and you can see it moving there because you've got a ball joint top and bottom, which is fantastic. Now onto those suspension features I was talking about. As you can see, we've got really solid lower wishbones, front and rear. I think they look the same, so that's good for maintenance. But the good stuff you can see from the top. So you can see the tie rods for the steering. I've got adjustable turnbuckles, so you can turn those in and out to adjust the toe in and toe out of the front wheels. but also the top arms, front and back, are also turnbuckle adjusters, so you can set both the front and the rear to either have negative camber or positive camber, which will totally adjust the handling of the truck. So in addition to adjustable camber, we've got the bonus of anti-roll bars or sway bars front and rear. It might be difficult to see, but there's one here. You can see where it's connected to the wishbone here, and the bar runs round, and to the other side it's connected on the other side, so that helps to stop the car from rolling in a turn, keeps it more level. And as you can see, we've got the same, there's the connection here on the one side at the rear and on the other side. So yeah, that's a sway bar front and rear. Now there's one other great point about the suspension adjustments that I noticed. I haven't seen many other people mention this on their reviews, but it's going to be difficult for me to show. You can see you've got these kind of triangular parts that are sticking out on the chassis itself, at the front and the rear, and that is because, if you could just see, if I push that up, you might just be able to see a grub screw sticking through there, which is what I call a droop adjustment. So as it's come out of the box, you can see here how much suspension drop we've got, or how much ground clearance. But if I get my hex driver, fit it into that droop grub screw, I'm going to wind it. You can probably see this in real time now. So if you look at the position of this suspension arm, you can see that it's raised up compared to the one on the other side, and that's lowered the ride height of the car. So if you adjust all the 4 screws, you can drop the car lower to the road, and that'd be perfect for running on tarmac or concrete. So I've just dropped the suspension back down by turning that screw anti-clockwise, and if you can see now, compared to the other side, we've got even more drop and even more ground clearance. So yeah, you can increase it to much more ground clearance than it comes out of the box just by adjusting those droop screws. So I think you'll agree, with all those suspension options available, this chassis really has got a lot going for it. As I said, the chassis is 2mm aircraft quality aluminium. Onto the front bumper, you can see we've got a nice bright LED light bar there, and then we've got this spring shaped bracket that attaches it to the aluminium shock tower, and that will absorb quite a bit of impact, I would think. Helping to strengthen that aluminium chassis, you've got the brace that goes from the top here, from the front shock tower. It goes along this top brace here, which holds the electronics, and you've got the brace going up to the rear shock mounts, which obviously keeps the whole thing much more rigid. We've got an 11 kilogram 3-wire servo, which is full metal geared, and the servo operates the steering through this bell crank system. You can just see it in operation there. All this is fully ball raced, and a good point is that the servo saver is actually in this pivot point here. So if I just hold this, you might just be able to see the servo saver in operation there. The electronics are fully waterproof, so we've got a 2.4 gig receiver in this protective box here. You can just about see the little antenna sticking up there. We've got a connector here for the light bar on the body itself. Here we've got the XT60 connector, which is for the 35 amp ESC with a nice big fan on the top. Now this ESC I think is exactly the same that comes with the ZD Racing MT16. But I think the only difference between this really and the Rlaarlo ROG1 is that the Rlaarlo comes with a 45 amp ESC and some other cosmetic differences. So I think that's one of the major differences, is the ESC. So another design feature that I really like about this chassis is this top brace that the electronics are all sat on there. Simply undo that one screw in the centre there, and the whole thing pivots upward to give access to the slipper clutch. Yep, that's right, this chassis even has a slipper clutch. You can see the spring and the adjustment nut just in there, and there's the central prop shaft, and that slipper clutch should give the whole metal drivetrain a much easier time. And also, while I've got this brace up in the air, you can see that fantastic 3600 kV brushless motor that's powering this truck along. Okay, so just a quick look at the transmitter. As I said, I think it's a Dumbo RC clone. You've got the steering wheel there, which has got a kind of brake disc effect in it. There's no foam on that, but it does feel quite nice to handle. Just lift up the lid to get to the controls. You've got your steering trim to get you going in a straight line, and then you've got your endpoint adjustments here, and then you've got this throttle speed select dial that you can turn all the way down to 0. I don't know why you'd want 0, but anyway. And then you've got 25, 50, 75 and 100% speed. Press and hold down the on-off switch and it lights up blue. And it has got here, it says channel 3 and channel 4, but I've got to say, I don't know if there's something wrong with the one I've been sent, but I've pressed channel 3 and channel 4 I thought they were used for the lights on the light bar and on the lights on the body roof rack, but they don't seem to do anything at all. The lights are on permanently. So like I say, it might be a problem, might not, but it doesn't work on mine. So there you go. What more can you ask for in terms of specification anyway? You've got big bore alloy shocks all round, you've got steering toe adjustment, we've got camber adjustments, we've got anti-roll bars front and rear, and we can also adjust the ride height up and down. For a 1/14th scale truck in this category, that's hard to beat. Okay then, so now we've had a good look at this, let's go and meet up with my friend Rob and we'll give this a speed test. Okay then, so we've come down to the car park of Speed. Got my friend Rob on the camera.
Hello.
Cheers Rob, and yeah, I told you those lights were bright, didn't I?
Yeah, I know.
I think we're ready to go. It's never been run. Unfortunately, we haven't got the longest runway.
No.
Rob. We've got the short run, and I've got the standard pinion in. It does come with a high-speed pinion, but I could not get the grub screw out the old one.
No.
So Rob, I've left it on the stock gearing because I think most people will anyway.
Yes.
I think it should still get somewhere near 50 with
Right.
a bit of luck. So,
Cool.
I have never run it before,
Okay.
so I'll make sure I've got
Maybe a
the
bit of trimming.
Yeah.
Holy moly!
Mate, that's pretty
Break!
quick. Oh, only just stopped there, mate.
I
You ready?
couldn't follow it.
Here we go.
Ah!
Oh, no! Are we on the wheels?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Break!
The brakes are too good, dude.
Oh no!
Oh, it's a walk of shame.
of shame.
Oh,
A walk
my
of
God.
shame. And the roses are after
Okay.
him. Yeah.
Again, here we go. It doesn't look 50 to me, Rob.
No. But it is fast. I'm
fast.
struggling to.
Oh!
Oh no!
Jeez.
On the wheels again!
How does it do that? Is the speed meter still on the top though? It is. Whew. Shall we have a look what it did?
Yeah, we can do. We can always run it again. Yeah.
Drop. Make a read. 40 Mach 3.
That's not too bad.
Not too bad, but I thought it'd be a bit faster than that, Rob.
But
It's not the
it's brand
fastest.
new and not
Yeah.
running or
Yeah.
not been run before.
Sure, I've got the throttle right up and everything again.
Oh, he broke it too hard.
That's one tough truck, that is.
Yeah.
I mean, that's took some hell of a bashing just.
It
I
has.
was a bit worried about this digging in and braking, but the plastic looks really strong.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
yeah.
That's quite amazing. So, Rob,
It's
what we need to
sorting the body out,
do
isn't
is go and have some fun on some off-road.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, see you in a bit.
Yes.
Okay then, so I've come down to the skate park. I'm a bit worried about this because it's only 3 degrees, it's freezing cold, and something might break, but we'll find out. Here we go. dodges coming off. Well, that's my wife filming, thanks Lou. And yeah, as you can see, it keeps losing the body pins out the back, but apart from that, that has taken one hell of a hammering, hasn't it, love?
It has.
And is, yeah, nothing broke. I'm well impressed. Whoa! Okay then, well that was a lot of fun. I had a great time out there at the skate park, and I must have gone for well over half an hour. Still on the same battery, the stock battery, didn't go flat. And as you saw, well, you didn't see all of the crashes, but this took a real hammering and it just came bouncing back for more. There are a few scuffs and scrapes, I don't know if you can see on that roof rack, but that is really tough plastic, I've got to say. A few scuffs on the front bumper and a bit of scuffing going on the chassis, but it's still straight and true. And yeah, it's a champ, this truck. I think you've probably guessed that I really rate this thing. Now, I've tested quite a lot of these small ready-to-run bashers, and honestly, this one for me is the best handling and the easiest to drive. It just responds really well to the inputs on the controller. It's fast enough. There was no point of ever thinking, oh, I wish it was a bit faster. Yes, it didn't do the 50 that it says on the box, but I'm sure with that other pinion that comes with the truck, it would do over 50 mile an hour. And I've seen other reviewers test it and it's gone well over 50 mile an hour with that pinion on. Now you might remember that I said a few times in this video that I was a bit worried about breaking this because I've done my research. Now a lot of other channels have also reviewed this truck, and one guy that I do follow, Phil at Tomley RC, had two clones of this truck and he took them out to the skate park, and I think he broke drive shaft or the CVD joint in the front or one of the dog bones in the rear after not even a couple of minutes at the skate park. And I think that nearly every other review that I watched, the same thing happened. But as you saw with this one, I had no breakages at all. So I'm pretty sure, I'm confident that with this release, they've fixed that problem. Now, as you might have seen with the text that I've put on the screen, this is available from AliExpress, aliexpress.com. I'll put a link in description. I've clicked on there a few times and there are some amazing deals on this truck. The one I looked at this morning was about £100, free delivery, and with 2 batteries. Now, that is a bargain. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that review. I hope you enjoyed the video. This truck genuinely gets a thumbs up from me, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.